voir dire so we know how it flows after the mini opening? I mean, you could do it.
Okay, we can do it. We only have like how many minutes? We have to do it real quick.
8.
You got to do it by.
7.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys, okay. Okay.
So that we know how it flows from the mini opening.
Okay. The mini opening is just 3 minutes to kind of give you an overview, a preview of coming attractions. That's all it is. And not try to win the case, but give you the whole case. You got 3 minutes. So, you heard from the defense, and you heard both mini opening statements. They're saying, look at this property damage photograph. There's not a scratch on it, and they want $100,000 for a scratch. You heard him say that. Can you share with me what ran across your mind when you heard what the defense said on this case? About somebody getting injured, there's not a scratch on the bumper. Could you be brutally honest with me? You're not going to hurt my feelings.
I think that a lot of people, not generalizing, are interested in making a quick buck, and you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
There are people, I've been an attorney a long time, and there are people out there, that's a great point that you're making. There are people out there to make a quick buck. And there are attorneys out there, you're smiling. What are you smiling about? Sure,
Los 22, los defensores. It's like people are like chasing those kinds of cases,
Yeah. It goes on and it happens. There's no question about that. But my question is, I have to ask you, should I be afraid to have you as a juror on my case, listening to everything that you're sharing with me? And I thank you for giving me that gift, for being brutally honest with me. Should I
you
be
should
afraid?
be afraid of me.
Okay. And they're challenge us. Okay?
I don't think that's enough for cause, though.
Huh?
I don't think that's enough for cause.
Well, it may not be enough, but I'm getting close.
Okay, yeah, you get
I got 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more. But I'm not going to say, is it possible? Can you make room? Like you want to get her off the hook. I'm not going to do that.
So how do you shift to other jurors or something?
Okay.
Is anyone else?
Okay, here it is. A good question. Here we go.
Who else?
Okay, here we go. Now, here we go. Okay, you've heard everything that she said. How many of you agree with her? Can you raise your hands? It's baloney. She doesn't believe it. How many believe that? Come on, you put your hand up and down. What?
No, I'm not going to keep it up.
Keep it up. Put it
Oh,
up.
I agree with her.
So you all
There's no
agree.
damage.
You all agree with her. Share with me why, Dexter, why you agree with her. What is it about what she said resonates with you? Because I've heard exactly what she said. In fact, when my client came into my office, I said, show me the property damage photograph. And she showed me the photograph, and I looked at it, and I thought, how can anybody get injured in here? That's the first thing that ran across my mind. So I know what you're thinking. I didn't think of the word baloney, okay? I didn't think of the word baloney, but I wondered what the hell's going on here. Do I want to come to court with her and present a case that there's not a scratch on here, because I know what the defense is going to say. And I've heard of fender benders. Okay? Talk to me.
Well, it seems like as the cases go on, you have to be able to prove.
No, stick with, why do you agree with her?
I agree with her because it'd be far-fetched if there's no damage. I mean, I know people who have had fender benders and they just get jerked, and a few days later, their necks start hurting. Because they didn't even think they were hurt at the time, and then later on, something gets aggravated. But with that said, I agree with her, because if you were to say that in open court, people would have doubts. There's no damage.
Would you change your mind?
I might.
Definitely would. You see Mr. Benjamin come out there.
We're putting this on YouTube.
Robbery 101.
There's a lot of attorneys here like to hire you, okay? Because you're in it for the money, okay? No.
Wow.
I'm going to ask you one more question. I know you guys are almost done, okay? Can you all say, I'm suspicious, I don't know how it happens, and that's Me too. You look at it and you go, how can this happen? So I'm going to ask you a question. Follow up. Can you think of any reasons why most people, I'm talking about in the general population, millions of people, would never get injured, never get injured in a low speed, not a scratch on the bumper case, but somebody might? Can you think of any reasons? That's good talk to
Pre-existing
me.
condition,
Huh?
That was pre-existing conditions,
or
age.
Well, why does that make a difference?
Well, like you may like suspect you have something, let's say in your lower back, some of us might, but you don't go check it out. All of a sudden you're get on that impact and a few days later you're like, something's not right. I can't move or what have you. That might have just been lying dormant. It's there, and then you're hit.
Can anybody think of any other reason? And thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, a pre-existing condition. Because in this case, my client, you will learn my client did have degenerative disc disease in her neck before this happened. It was on an x-ray, MRI afterwards. She had a pre-existing condition. Thank you very much. Does anybody else agree with what she just said? That might explain why most people would never get injured in the general population, but somebody might. Dexter, do you agree with her?
Yep.
But why?
Because pre-existing condition, I said age.
Age.
Yeah, age is a huge factor. You may not have been hurt at all, but now you're 56, and you get a good jerk, and the next thing you know, your neck's all hurt and everything. You never know.
Okay. Can anybody think of any other reasons? So we got degenerative disc disease. This is what I do in the courtroom. It's what you have a yellow pad, tripod, degenerative disc disease. You write it down in front of everybody. Okay. And you said age, sir. You write it down. You're writing in your opening statement. Okay. Age. Okay. And can you think of any other reasons?
Maybe the car is built really well.
I'm talking about the yeah. Okay.
Well, I know.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Okay.
no damage showing, you know.
Yeah,
It could be something that's built
Which is
by
Okay.
German, whatever.
The vehicle, something to do with the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, we got three now, okay. Can you think of any reasons why most people never, ever get injured? Low speed, not scratch, but somebody might. Can you think of a reason?
Yeah, she stole my answer.
Okay,
Soft
Yeah.
tissue.
so you agree with her?
Yeah, because it was like I was saying before, that it might be like, you know, the cart might be built like a tank, but, you know, I'm not built like a tank. I have soft tissue.
We're human beings.
Human beings, you
Well,
know?
what-
And so.
Is there a difference, are you saying there's a difference between metal and soft tissue?
Absolutely, it's like the egg carton theory,
Okay,
you know? It's like,
Okay.
like she was saying, you open the egg carton, you check the eggs, and some of them are broken.
okay. What about you?
Well, my thing with the car could be that I don't think all cars take the same amount of collision before damage. And that is the make and the model of the car.
Oh, good.
For both cars makes a difference.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, and I was starting to write it down and you pointed to me. Whether the person was looking straight ahead or to the side, because that makes a big difference.
Why does that make a difference?
Because the muscles
Tell me more.
are stretched.
Huh?
The muscles are stretched if your head's turned.
And wearing a seatbelt or not, that's
Are you saying, if I'm get this, are you saying it's easier range of motion this way than if it's like this?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because your muscles,
Makes a big difference?
your muscles
If it's
are
like
stretched
this,
out
there's no hardly any range of motion?
your muscles are already stretched.
Thank you very much for sharing that, okay? I write it all on the yellow pad and it's right in front of them. Any questions? Thank you for making me do that.
The only question is, objection, preconditioning the jury.
No! Ying, we were in trial. I know you guys gotta go, but I'm not gonna let you go, goddammit. You know? You were in trial. Remember I was doing voir dire? The claims adjuster. And I asked the adjuster, can you think of it, there's no damage on blah, 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 blah. Can you think of any reasons that somebody might you handled 30,000 claims, why somebody, most people never get injured? He says, yeah, degenerative disc disease. The judge goes, you're preconditioning the jury. And the jury goes, no, Your Honor, I'm the one that said it. So you can't say is degenerative disc disease can cause it, because that's leading. Okay, that's preconditioning. You just ask the general question, and they'll give it to you every time. Okay, they'll give it to you every time. And now they've, all of a sudden, well, wait a minute. The defense is saying, look at this, impossible. But, from their life experience, they know different now. Okay? Thank you, guys. Okay? Anything else you want to say? Well, actually, Richard does the goddamn clap. Okay.
He's so good. Can I ask you what school of law this is?
What's that?
What school?
We're not at school.
Oh, no, you got, okay, all right.
We're all lawyers,
You're
yeah.
all lawyers. This is a seminar for you guys, basically.
Yeah, we're practicing.
Take it, no problem. All right, I'll leave.
He wanted to know what
What's your
law
question?
school we were from.
No, I was just, all these are all different. You guys all went to different law schools?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Any Ivy League students in there? Damn it, I knew you were gonna.
I didn't go to no damn Ivy League school.
Ivy League
I'm an
law.
attorney. I have to say anything I want.
Oh,
But
okay.
there was ID on the building.
Yeah.
That's a good, very good answer.